I think the 1,000th game milestone is pretty incredible. That's a lot of games. A lot of guys go through a lot of teams. When anyone can get to this level, you really are just working hard every day to achieve what you want to as a teammate, but also as an individual.
He raised his game in the biggest moments, becoming an all-star, an Olympic gold medalist, and a Stanley Cup winner along the way. Today, all those achievements culminate in one of the elite milestones one can reach in the NHL. It's game number 1,000 for Jeff Carter.
There we go, boys. Here we go, man. Come on. Have a night here, boys.
Well, I'd say the best way to describe Jeff on the ice is just his presence out there.
On ya!
You know, he's just a player that can do it all. He's big for a team. He's a big leader on this team right now, and he's good for young guys to look up to.
Skate, skate, skate.
He's a leader by example, not necessarily a guy that's going to be in the locker room rah-rah.
One.
But he leads by example, he works hard, and he's been a very consistent player.
Keep going. Go, go, go.
He just comes about and does his business. Pretty simple, straightforward guy. I don't know what else really to say.
Go, 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 go. There you go. One. There you go.
I can actually say Jeff was not a shy child. He was rambunctious. Never really got into trouble, but the minute he decided he wanted to play hockey, that was it.
I think when I started out, I'd always go with my dad to his men's league game, and as soon as they finished up, I'd be suited up and on the ice and ready to go skate around with them for a little bit.
He's one. I bought him skates for Christmas. He skated on the carpet with his little stick for the first year, and then second year ice, and third year put him in a league.
Everything we basically did growing up centered around hockey. You know, I think when I got drafted to the OHL, it's like, you know, maybe I got something, and then, you know, as those first couple of years progress, and you start hearing people talking about the NHL draft, and you're like, man, all right, maybe this really can work out.
Philadelphia Flyers select from the Canadian Hockey League, Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, Jeff Carter.
The draft itself was awesome. It was in Nashville. You know, and the whole family came down, a few buddies. You know, lucky enough to go pretty quick and didn't have to sit there too long. You're still a kid too, right? So it's a little overwhelming.
Come on. Where is it? Where is it?
I knew when we traded for him that what we were getting was what we needed. I had played against Carts in junior, against World Juniors, US, Canada, all that stuff, so I knew what type of player he was just from playing him when we were younger.
A huge move made yesterday.
Dean Lombardi, the general manager of the Kings, he acquires Jeff Carter from the Columbus Blue Jackets.
When Jeff first got here, I knew what type of player he was, and most of us did. And we needed a guy like that. We needed a guy to push us over the top.
Carter, right wing into the zone. A shot blocked. Now he shoots and scores! Jeff Carter!
On paper, you looked at that team and you're like, this team should be a lot higher in the standings than where they are. And, you know, even from day one when you got on the ice, you're like, all right, you know, we can put something together here.
Hands it off for Penner. Thompson, Carter scores!
Kopitar, shot, tip save, score on the rebound! Jeff Carter! A hat-trick goal for Jeff Carter.
I think the boys were just excited. When we made that trade, I think we all knew, you know, we got a good chance at going for the Stanley Cup.
Jeff Carter gets it back, brings it into the slot, he shoots, and he scores! Jeff Carter wins the game in overtime!
He was the perfect fit for us. You know, he was a big reason why we won those 2 Stanley Cups.
Congrats, buddy, huh? Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It's a huge accomplishment. It's a tough league to, first of all, make, and then to play and become a regular in the NHL.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
It's a grind, and to play that many games, think anybody that's ever played, or even the fans, you watch and you go, you take your hat off to anybody who's played 1,000 games.
For the most part, it was a pretty even game. As far as the goal, there was nothing pretty about it. For the most part, with the guys that I play with, we're trying to win a face-off and getting the puck to the net.
Roy with a shot, he scores! Jeff Carter got a piece!
Royce made a great shot at just getting it there, and I was lucky enough to get a stick on it. So it was pretty exciting. I think if you look back at the video, I was pretty fired up. You know, it's definitely something that I'll remember for a long time.
Since joining the Kings just over 7 years ago, no one has scored more goals for the Kings than Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to center ice, the newest member of the 1,000 games played fraternity, Jeff Carter.
It's been really fun to see the change in Jeff from when we first met, and to see him change as a player, but also a husband and a father and a family man.
You know, going from breaking in the league as a 20-year-old in Philly and single, and you know, living downtown to now being married with kids, and you know, I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm lucky to be where I am. There's not a lot of guys that have done it, so it's definitely an honor to be part of that group. It's a long time and a lot of work. You know, I want those guys just to remember me as a good guy in the room and, you know, a good friend. Hockey's hockey, but just be a good guy.